Teleport trouble. The troubles of new magic. With a new lighthouse now up and running, Sunny was happy to have her home back, along with some new friends to share it with. Unfortunately, 4 of them had their own things to do, meaning that it was just her and a certain unicorn spending some quality time together. There was no need to go off on some crazy mission of unification. It was just Sunny and Izzy doing some fun cooking together. It was also the perfect time for Izzy to practice her new magic without relying on pecking holes in tin cans.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Izzy asked as Sunny rummaged through the cupboards and fridge, getting out what she needed.
Well, I am rather hungry after moving all my stuff back in,
Sunny said, her head in a cupboard.
So, I was thinking of a nice omelet, something filling, you know? Gotcha!
Izzy answered as she bounced towards the fridge.
How many eggs do you need? 5, please.
Sunny said. Izzy opened the fridge effortlessly and levitated the correct number of eggs.
You're getting good at that, Izzy.
Sunny observed as she gathered the vegetables needed for the omelet.
So, apart from levitation, have you tried anything else? Not really.
Izzy shrugged and chuckled sheepishly.
That's all I can do for now. Can magic do more than just make things glow and float?
Sunny turned her head to face the hanging picture frame of herself when she was a filly, riding on her father's back. A smile spread across her face as the memories began to resurface.
My dad said that when ponies did have magic, a pony who both had wings and a horn was the Princess of Friendship, called Twilight Sparkle. She could do all sorts of things with her magic.
Sunny told Izzy, hints of nostalgia coming through her voice as she remembered the stories every bedtime her dad used to tell her.
Ooh, like what?
Izzy asked, intrigue in her voice.
She was magically skilled, that's for sure.
Sunny continued.
She could turn things into other things, make force fields from magic, and can even teleport from one place to another. That sounds like so much fun!
Izzy bounced on the spot.
And very convenient.
Sunny nodded before her stomach rumbled, causing the both of them to look down. Sunny blushed and rubbed the back of her head with a hoof.
Maybe we can continue with the storytelling when we're done cooking.
Sunny suggested, as she got the final ingredients, Izzy helping by levitating them onto the table. The two of them spent some time cutting the veg and cracking the eggs, Izzy pulling a face of utmost concentration as she carefully used the knives held in her magical grasp to slice and dice the peppers and onions. Sunny was amused at Izzy's expression of pure concentration, trying not to laugh as it could break her friend's focus. Cracking the eggs was especially difficult as Izzy needed the correct amount of force to break them. Too much pressure would cause them to explode, as the first 3 attempts had proven. Sunny and Izzy were both covered in both egg yolks and whites by the time Izzy managed to apply the right amount of force, but they laughed and wiped the mess away. Now, it was time to add some seasoning.
Pass me the pepper, would you?
Sunny asked. Izzy just nodded as she levitated the pepper pot to begin shaking. Unfortunately, Izzy still didn't know of her own magical strength and shook the pot too forcefully. A cloud of pepper filled the kitchen as the lid flew off. While Sunny was quick to put a hoof to her muzzle, Izzy wasn't so lucky.
Izzy, are you okay?
Sunny asked, as her eyes began to turn red and water, a hoof still on her nose. Izzy just stood there, her own eyes watering as her muzzle began to twitch. With one short breath after another, it became clear that she was about to sneeze. Her horn suddenly lit up as she inhaled sharply, and Sunny shielded her eyes as the lighthouse erupted with a blaze of purple lights. An almighty sneeze was all Sunny could hear. Then, as quickly as it happened, it was all over. Sunny uncovered her eyes with one hoof and removed the other from her muzzle, as she sat on the kitchen floor looking around for her friend.
Izzy?
Sunny looked around.
You okay?
Her head frantically turned from left and right as she surveyed her home. Then it suddenly dawned on her.
I can't believe it.
Sunny said with wide eyes.
Did she just teleport?
Panic began to replace awe.
Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad. She could be anywhere.
She stopped her cooking prep and rushed outside, galloping towards Maritime Bay.
Oh, I don't even know how unicorn magic works. There wasn't any magic at all until now, and my father was very vague on unicorn magic in his stories on Olden Equestria. Oh, I hope nothing bad happens. This magic business is just as unpredictable as Izzy.
After an early morning gym session, tackling a mountain of paperwork, chasing litter ponies, and being followed by every critter imaginable, Sheriff Hitch was looking forward to a nice, relaxing shower. With a towel over his back, he went to the bathroom. Making sure to leave a window open, he turned the shower on and waited for the water to heat up. Testing the droplets of falling water with a hoof, he put the towel on a radiator and stepped in, a sigh of relaxation and exhaustion escaping his mouth.
Oh, wow.
Hitch contemplated.
Oh, this morning took a lot out of me. I think I'll leave Sprout in charge of the afternoon rush.
He reached out for his favorite lotion and began rubbing the cream into his yellow coat, another sigh escaping his lips. Suddenly, there was an almighty flash of bright purple light, causing Hitch to cover his eyes and drop the bottle of lotion, causing bubbles to go upwards. Then he became aware that the shower space suddenly became a whole lot smaller as he felt something soft and fuzzy press up against him. Opening his eyes, which were slightly stinging from the mixture of water and lotion coming in, he was greeted muzzle to muzzle with a familiar face.
What happened?
Asked an equally familiar voice, somewhat sounding dazed and confused. Hitch recognized it immediately.
Izzy!
He screamed. It was the unicorn's turn to recognize the voice in the stallion in front of him.
Hi, Hitch!
Izzy smiled. The both of them just stood there underneath the shower, muzzle to muzzle. It was then that both of them realized where exactly they were. Hitch was the first to scream. Now, when the sheriff of Maritime Bay screamed, he didn't scream like what a stallion screaming should sound like. Hitch screamed like a poor mare who had just been frightened to death. The kind of scream that meant that the dear sheriff of Maritime Bay was scarred in more ways than one. Hitch scrambled out of the shower, quickly wrapping the towel around himself. Lotion bubbles and hot steam escaped as he leapt in terror, leaving the bathroom steamy and wet.
Izzy, how in Equestria did you get in my shower?
Hitch cried out with a blush that would make an apple envious.
Wait...
Izzy said before she gasped theatrically.
Did I just teleport in your shower?
Teleport?
Hitch stuttered in surprise.
Yeah.
Izzy answered, before her mouth ran faster than a machine's motor.
I was cooking supper with Sunny, but I accidentally shook too hard on the pepper pot, causing this massive dust of pepper to come out, which caused me to sneeze and activate my magic, causing me to teleport me to your, shower.
Hitch pointed a hoof at Izzy, still blushing at what had transpired.
I could have you fined for a violation of...
Hitch couldn't finish his sentence as a stray bubble popped in front of Izzy, causing another sneeze to escape from her. The bathroom lit up again, and when it faded, Izzy was gone.
Privacy.
Hitch could only say.
Hello, Pipsqueaks, and I am coming to you live from Zephyr Heights Studio for a special recording of my new single. I really am looking forward to sharing this new song with every pony, celebrating the reunification of the 3 tribes.
Pip placed her phone down on a music stand, with a correct camera facing towards her.
Right behind me is the recording studio where all of my songs are sung, processed, and recorded for all of you lovely fans to enjoy when they're ready to be streamed and downloaded. Now, you all must be asking yourself, how does your fellow Pip Petals prepare herself for a long day at the recording studio? Well, what I do is some simple...
An almighty flash filled the studio, causing Pip to be caught completely by surprise and fall backwards. Rubbing her eyes, she was greeted by a smiling pony looking down at her. Pip just sat there, stunned at the pony who was in front of her, knowing that she should have been somewhere else.
Hi!
Izzy exclaimed loudly, the studio's acoustics amplifying her voice.
Izzy?
Pip said, as she struggled to get up.
How? Something involving magic, pepper powder, and bubbles. Long story. Ooh, is this a studio? I've never been in a studio before.
Pip stood up, struggling to process both what had happened and what Izzy had said.
Oh, your phone!
Izzy gasped as she levitated it up and pulled a confused Pip into her signature bone-breaking hugs. Izzy made the phone's front camera face them.
Say...
was all she said before the urge to sneeze took over her, and she teleported away once again. Pip's phone dropped to the floor, leaving only a confused Pegasus in the studio.
What just happened?
Pip asked no pony in the room before sighing.
And there goes my perfect stream.
Zip was busy indulging in her favorite pastime of launching herself from rooftop to rooftop, enjoying the feeling of the wind through her feathers. With the ability to fly restored to Pegasi, Zip was loving every minute of it.
This is what I've been missing.
Zip sighed in contentment.
I wonder how fast I can really go. That'll be interesting.
A voice came from behind her. It was a voice Zip was familiar with too, but she couldn't believe that this particular pony was up in the air with her. Turning her head in the direction of the voice, her eyes widened as she saw the unicorn next to her.
Izzy, how are you? It's a long and confusing story.
Izzy said before sneezing and teleporting to the other side of her.
This is getting old real fast now. Some sort of magical mishap?
Zip asked with interest.
If you could put it that way.
Izzy said.
How are you even still flying afloat?
Izzy gave Zip a deadpanned look.
Oh, right. Magical mishap.
Zip rolled her eyes. Unicorn magic was something that not only for her, but also Earth ponies and Pegasi were going to try to get used to. It could also be that Izzy was just being her usual unexplainable self. Another sneeze happened, but this time it took Zip with her in the teleportation. They found themselves in the middle of Maritime Bay's town center. Ponies finishing up for the day turned to the 2 ponies in surprise.
Whoa!
Zip stumbled as she tried to regain her balance.
Didn't see that coming. Sorry.
Izzy apologized.
I can't help it. Izzy!
Both Izzy and Zip turned in the direction of the voice to find Sunny running towards them.
Izzy, I still haven't given you your proper punish-
Hitch shouted as he came running towards them, but the last syllable of his sentence faded when he saw Sunny, Izzy, and Zip there. He skidded to a halt and cleared his throat, not wanting the events of today to reach the ears of his friends.
I mean, when this is settled, you and I are going to have a very serious talk.
Izzy!
Came a gasping sound from above. All 4 heads looked up to find Pip flapping her wings as fast as she can and landed in exhaustion on the ground. Hitch looked at the group with concern.
I can't believe I flew from Zephyr Heights to here. I am so unfit.
She gasped for air.
Can some pony explain to me what has been going on today?
Hitch demanded the 4 girls. Sunny was about to explain when Izzy started to sneeze again. Sunny closed her eyes and with a hoof stopped Izzy with a hoof to her muzzle. Izzy blinked a couple of times before releasing a sigh of relief, as did the others.
So where have you been with all of your teleporting?
Sunny asked Izzy. She so wanted to get her scrapbook where she kept all of her questions.
She interrupted my live stream.
Pip answered.
She was somehow in midair.
Zip answered next.
Don't ask me how. It just happened.
All 3 heads turned to Hitch. A blush was the only indication that something odd had happened. Izzy just smiled as she usually does.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Hitch quivered.
It has been a long day.
Sunny sighed.
And a crazy one at that.
The others nodded their heads in agreement. It was then that Sunny's stomach began to rumble, causing all 5 heads to look down. Sunny chuckled sheepishly, causing the others to laugh.
During all of the excitement, I forgot to have some food.
Sunny chuckled.
How about we all get something to eat?
Hitch suggested, wanting to move things along.
I think we deserve it after what has happened.
The others nodded and made their way back to Sunny's lighthouse.
Just make sure there's not too much pepper in the food.
Pip said to Sunny. Sunny just laughed at Pip's remark.
Pip, I am way ahead of you. It was so weird. I saw Hitch in the shower with a big stick under him. I'll probably ask the others about it because I don't know what it's used for.
Alright, enough from that, and let's get on to our comedic donators. Top donators are 630, J Tinman, Darkside, Only One Thing, and Ceru Orion. Rayden, Narwhals, Blackmoonheart, Pastel Skies, Austin Rolan, Stu Hex, Swordbrother and Mordred, Omicron, Lyrae, Will, Chris, Twinkie, Zaza, Riot Soul, Iron Sky, Badass Waffle, Shadow Moon, and many more amazing people. Thank you all so much for watching this video and live life to the fullest.